Well, everyone, it's time for us to go ahead and take a look at the Google Pixel 6a and see how this phone holds up in the later part of 2022. Now, there have been a ton of different developments with this phone. We've gotten some Android updates. We've gotten the successors in a way, the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro. There's been some leaks of the Pixel 7a so far, but this phone has gotten a ton of different price decreases and trade-in values. And I think Black Friday that's about to come up, as well as the holidays, a ton of people are going to end up buying this phone because it's a fairly cheap device for what you're getting, which is actually pretty cool. $449 still, and this phone has been out for, I believe, like 2, 3, maybe even 4 months as of this point. It's been a little bit of a while. Now with this phone, you're still getting that tremendous build quality for that price tag, and the only thing I can kind of compare this to is like an iPhone SE3. You know, when you look at both of those, they're roughly around the same price. This phone is about $20 more expensive. This phone looks so much better than that device. You're getting that really decent display. It's an AMOLED display too, which is really, really nice. You're also getting a really good build quality, glass on the back, dual camera setup. So far, this build has held up very well. And realistically speaking, since, getting this phone and since using it, I haven't had too many complaints. I think from the build quality standpoint. And when I compare this phone against the iPhone 14s, the Pixel 7s, the 7 Pros, I feel like this phone still holds up very well. And honestly, it still holds up very well against the newer phones, which is very interesting. Now, I've done a ton of comparisons between this phone and the latest ones that have came out. And I've been seeing one very interesting thing that I just want to get out of the way. The battery life on this phone for my battery life test that I've done, this phone has been doing so well, it's scary. This phone, I would say, has the best battery life I've tested, better than the iPhone 14, better than the Pixel 7, better than the Pixel 6 most of the time. This and pretty much all the other phones before that. This phone does a very good job in the battery life department. I think it even outperformed my Pixel 6 Pro as well, which is another crazy thing. So in that standpoint, this is a very solid phone, which honestly makes no sense in that specific situation. So from my perspective, this is a very, very good phone, at least from the battery life and from the build quality perspective as well. Now, everything is not perfect. One thing that I'm not the biggest fan of that I think Google could probably fix with the next one is that screen refresh rate, because it's 60 hertz, but it doesn't feel like 60 hertz. It feels more like 40 hertz sometimes. It's very glitchy. I think the display itself looks nice, but the refresh rate, I don't know if it's like the UI, which I don't think is the UI because the standard Pixels I have, and even like a Pixel 2, I mean, those phones feel smoother than this one. So I don't know if it's still because some display issue or if there's something going on there, but that is something that I've noted. I think I said this in my first review as well, but regardless, this phone, in that standpoint, is my only complaint. The power inside of this thing, I mean, it has that Tensor, the first generation of that Tensor chipset, still has a decent amount of RAM inside of it. And if you're somebody who's going to do a lot of gaming or anything like that, I think you're going to be getting exactly what you expect, maybe a little bit better of a performing phone from this type of chipset. I think probably in the next few updates, few generations of Pixel devices, we're going to be seeing a lot more improvements. But I think so far, the Pixel 6a has held up very well. And I do think if you're still in the market for it, I mean, definitely pick it up. If it goes super cheap in the used market, definitely buy it. But I think this is a very solid phone for sure. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.